Any doubt in your mind you were going to go down and score a touchdown on that drive?
To be honest, no, it wasn't a doubt in my mind. Our team, we hit that peak that we needed, at the right time, second half. And, we just knew it's one play at a time. That's all we kept saying in the huddle, like one play at a time. Don't get too hyped over, we get 20 yards on this play, just take our time, and that's what we did.
Lamar, Hollywood said that you guys were talking on the bench and just kind of played out the scenario. We need to get this, we need to get a touchdown here, and get a touchdown there. Were you that confident, even when the score was?
Yeah, and then, before Hollywood came in, Snoop's on the sideline, we like, yeah, if they block this here, we gonna have a chance to score. We down by 8. They end up blocking it, and we were like, yeah, we got what we needed. That was God on our side, and came out with the victory.
Lamar, what are you thinking there on the sideline when, after you guys fumbled and they went down and scored?
I'm thinking about that touchdown I could have had to Hollywood. Then I'm thinking about the fumble. I'm like, dang, like them 2 touchdowns right there, we'll be in the game, so that's all I'm thinking about on the sideline. But it's like, I got faith in our defense too at the same time. It's like, I know they're going to give us a stop. We just need to put points on the board. That's what happened.
What clicked, what got you guys in that rhythm and where you started rolling?
The time going down, we down, like we got to go, and that's what it was.
Lamar, you set a lot of records tonight, but one record was you had the highest completion percentage for a 40 pass game. You completed 86% of your passes.
Dang.
When you're doing that, do you feel yourself being in the zone?
Yeah, I ain't gonna really say it's a zone. I was just locked in. I was just calm. Everything was just moving slow. And I was just taking it a play at a time, and that's what it was.
Lamar, how do you stay so confident after that fumble at the goal line?
Because I didn't really think it was a fumble. Like, I'm about to scratch out, and he did a good job, they got the ball back. I was ticked off, like, we needed that touchdown, I was just praying we get another opportunity in my head. I didn't really want to show everybody I'm praying, it's good to pray now. But I was just like, man, we just need another opportunity because I know what we can do. We had them right there, and we missed them, and we ended up getting it back, and we made it happen.
When you keep winning games in these crazy ways, can it create sort of a unique spirit around the team where you guys feel like you're never out of it?
It can, but we don't want to be in games like this. We like to hit the ground running and keep it going. We don't want to be battling, going to OT, hoping for field goals, misses, hoping for field goal blocks. Putting our defense out there, no points, stuff like that. Hopefully, we just hit the ground running and do what we're supposed to do.
How impressive you with what Hollywood has done the last 2 games?
I'm not impressed. I already know what he gonna do. I said this already. Like, I know what Hollywood can do. It was other people saying, how do you, but I know what he can do. He prime time. That's his name for a reason, for sure.
Lamar, there was this sense that this is a run first team. They're going to have a very hard time winning games when they fall behind late and rallying to win. What do you say to those critics of that kind of system?
We got 1 win down. Not running. We threw the ball. That's all I can say.
What's it mean to you, Lamar, to have a career-high passing? You broke the Ravens franchise record for passing yards. What's that mean to you?
It's pretty cool. We got the win. That's all I care about, for real. For sure, Ryan.
Lamar, fly out, throw off the helmet.
I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that, for real. I got to have my own training, but I was just excited. It was overtime, my first overtime win in the league, stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I shouldn't have did that, though.
Do you think this was your best game of your career?
I don't know. We got the win. That's all I care about.
All right, one more. You're on the list now. Cam Marino, Drew Bledsoe, the youngest quarterback with 34 wins before 25. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm up there with the guys. Those legends. I appreciate that. It's an honor to be up there with those guys. But I'm focused on winning. But I appreciate that accolade, though. For sure.
Thanks, Lamar.
Appreciate you guys.